So after my last video, I figured that was just kind of specific. I should probably make a few more videos to talk about things I've been thinking about lately. So I'm gonna make a few of those. This is a message for the United Nations. Don't get the wrong idea, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a direct or veiled threat, but it's a declaration. For years, we've been facing wars throughout our entire lives, such as World War One and World War Two. But the most important war of all was the Chaos War. The war was initiated by my father Lucifer for his treachery. The Chaos War was one of the most beautiful and astounding events that have ever taken place in a quarter of a millennium. I am going to accomplish something that my father couldn't even achieve. A second Chaos War. This war will be even more glorious than the previous one. I will destroy every multiverse in existence to make room for another one. 800 quintillion species will be slaughtered by my armada. Every country will surrender to my oppression. The second Chaos War will be the greatest war in history. My empire is the reincarnation of the ancient Roman Empire, in which I will restore the sovereignty of the old Roman order. I never considered Rome to be a symbol of palaces, princes, or kings meant to inspire fabrication and delusion. In my own mindset, Rome is an ideal. Rome is a thought. Rome is an ideology. Rome is a vision of beauty, order, and peace. This takes me back to the era of the old Roman order. I was there when I served as the right-hand man to Julius Caesar, who was the dictator of the Roman Republic, which was one of the most advanced civilizations during its time. I was there when his son Emperor Augustus first established his dynasty by becoming the first emperor of Rome. I was the one who became the fourth Roman emperor, in which I assumed the alias of Claudius Augustus, because I had my nephew Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, also known as Caligula, assassinated, and became emperor of Rome with Agrippina the Younger as my wife, which led to the birth of Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, who caused the destruction of Rome by collapsing its foundations. After that, I once again became Emperor of Rome under the alias Vespasian Augustus, in which I created the Flavian dynasty that lasted for 27 years and for the generations to come. The title that was my own personal favorite was Mars. There I was worshipped as the god of war, similar to that Ares. Everybody in the Roman civilization worshipped me with respect and admiration. In the new Roman Emperor, I will be once again worshipped, but this time as its true and eternal emperor. I am he who is called the god of evil and king of fascism. I only live to see your god cry. Don't think that just because I am the incarnation of universal destruction and darkness, I am not just going to serve my own needs. Once you'll witness the full extent of my endless transcendence, all that list shall render me as the new god of a reincarnated multiverse. I collect endangered species in order to strengthen my military. Of course, they aren't really endangered until they met me, and I have a slot reserved for Jewish people, homosexuals, African races, and extraterrestrials. Don't take that personally. I'm not racist like my apprentice Adolf Hitler. I'm just following the ideology of my party, and particularly the cause of nature. If this makes you comfortable, I'm planning the full eradication of humanity, which includes even all white people throughout the first multiverse. This is the progression of nature itself. Human experimentation is a necessary step to human evolution. Stop crying. I only used 100 children for the zombie virus experiment. It is the foundation of our science. Nonetheless, I could have had someone with high intelligence that can thoroughly understand the situation perceptively. Look for a good side, because now no one needs to take care of them. I will now use these children to increase my numbers in the military. I'll have 900 centillion people on this multiverse and squeeze them in front of the gods, and especially the Omni King, as my men can rape and murder their wives in a variety of painful ways in order to destroy their moral convictions. I believe that gods are born as either mortal beings or from a cradle of dimensions. They only praise the suffering and corruption of humanity from above whilst drinking wine and having sex with their loved ones. And now, gods, I will bathe your wine with the blood of all mortals you consider inferior. I will cover your palaces with humanized flesh that will fill your minds with nightmarish imagination. I will burn your cities, planets, and galaxies with the tap of my hand, and you will suffer for all eternity until your reality becomes nothing but a wasteland. Do you want to know why? It's because I am a real god. A real god is the very definition of divinity that puts his hands in action to bring about good and evil. And now, mortals, I'll force all of you to eat your own flesh and kill yourselves, before I will do it myself. Be grateful, because I, Lord Denning, will take my time to punish you all. My friends, it has often been said that I like war. My friends, I like war. No, friends, I love war. I love holocausts. I love blitzkriegs. I love defensive lines. I love sieges, charges. I love mop-up operations and retreats. War across Paris, in streets, in cities, in trenches, in grasslands, in frozen tundras, through deserts, on the sea, in the air. I love every act of war that can occur upon this universe. It's a great war. Explosions, screams, death, and destruction, in which all of them consume this miserable planet. It is the true nature of humanity. They are the personification of war. Do you want to know a little secret? Hitler was never the Führer of the Third Reich. He was merely my protege, in which I taught him cosmic knowledge about the first multiverse. I was the true Führer of Nazi Germany. Besides, Hitler was a delusional fool who sought to create a perfect world by taking it over. Ha! I was right to have him commit suicide 69 years ago. But at least the other Hitlers were successful and took over the worlds for me. Life has no real definition. To me, life is a constant oscillation between the sharp horns of the human dilemma and the psychological manifestation of every person's sanity. Don't you understand? All things are completely meaningless. My life, your life, this universe, this multiverse, everything. We are thoughts of the superior beings. There is no afterlife, only death itself. That is why we are capable of doing these atrocities. I want you to understand. This reality is a deluded fabrication meant to bring morality and inspiration to all living mortals. This universe is nothing but a disgusting wasteland in which there's atmospheric devastation and planetary obliteration. This is all just a ridiculous dream, a fabrication, and when I destroy this existence, I will awake everyone and kill everybody. There comes a saying. Keep a very close but firm grasp on reality and grab it by the neck, then proceed to strangle it. Humanitarianism is basically the representation of incompetence, weakness, and cowardice. War is the ultimate game for operation because war at last is forcing the unity of existence. War is God. My greatest wish is to engulf this reality in war, infinite war. Propaganda has to be popularized so that the people can praise us for our greatness. It also has to accommodate itself to the comprehension of the most intelligent being that has no compassion or morality towards any living entity. Frankly, that person is me. In the end of this war, when I'm the god of this multiverse, I will kill every human being on this miserable existence and then exterminate those disgusting aliens. I'll come methodically after every last one of you, and I'll watch your faces twist with fear as I cut the members of your loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you listen to my declaration and listen to it well, because after this announcement, the war will begin. This is the Emperor of Germania, and I hope you received my message.